I'll tell you what. Give me $10.
Okay.
McDonald's right now. You can watch me walk in.
Okay.
No.
I think we're good. We got Tracy here, right? Tracy, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, what's up? How are you doing? It's been a little bit since we talked. I know we were gonna do the streamer house and everything like that, but the virus is pretty out of control.
Yeah.
But how you been?
Yeah. So that's on hold. I'm
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. I've been I don't know. I'm trying to do like a video, right, on SJC. Like I'm probably I don't know. Like I'm gonna do something like a little bit longer, like 30 minutes, because like I see him doing all this weird shit, and I'm like, I wonder, like, does he really have issues, or is it just like something he plays off of? What do you think?
Okay. So I'm going to try to not be too long-winded with this, but there were a couple things chat was throwing around and a couple ideas you were kind of speculating. So let's start with the socio-psychopathy differences. So a sociopath is going to be much more cool, calm, collective, calculated. They can actually get away with murder. They're like your Dexters. Now, psychopaths who do have a lot of overlap similarity criteria, they are much more emotionally volatile and reactive, and they tend to lash out. They tend to be the ones in prison for serious crime. They tend to be repeat offenders. And so that's going to be your main difference, the ability to make wise choices in evil doings versus just lashing out and being sloppy and getting caught.
Yeah.
So if I had to pin pathology of that nature, I would go with the latter.
Okay.
But even that, it's not quite that simple. You're saying like, okay, is it solely just being on the spectrum? I do think there is it's at a high enough functioning level that the other aspects and personality patterns and traits we're seeing, that's not really so much spectrum. That's what I believe is borderline personality. It's not very common in males. It's much more common in females. And it's to a T, everything that he does. Things like there's something called split. And that's when you can go from idealizing someone to...
Split what?
It's just character behaviors. One phenomenon or behavioral activity distorted, how am I trying to say, like cognitive dissonance that's happening with them is something called spitting. So in the same day, you could hear, oh my God, I love this person. They're the best. They're my favorite. Yeah. And then there's some type of trivial disagreement or favor that an individual won't do, can't do, whatever. It goes from you're the best in the world to I fucking hate you, die. There's drugs in this safe.
Yeah.
You did this and that to me. So the immediate black and white with no gray, nothing in between, that is called splitting. And that is such a mindfuck to wrap your head around because it happens over what's seemingly completely out of proportion to the issue at hand by the offender receiving end.
Yeah.
And it happens so frequently. And then when you try to explain, hey, that was not cool, man, that was really hurtful, that was really humiliating, it's completely dismissed. Oh, you're just being dramatic, get over it, let it go. There's never any resolution, reciprocity. There's never changed behavior.
How long were you with him though? How long were you with Justin?
About 2 years or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you were living together, was it difficult, or how was that when you were together?
Okay, so luckily in the beginning, well, I don't know about luckily, I was kind of eluded, but initially there were a lot of things for him to do. He had battle cams still going. I was a part of that at the time.
Yeah.
And he was getting quite a bit of extra work. So he was able to fill his time and fulfill what he feels is his purpose. And when he has that going for him, everything's great. When things are not great, or when he has a rival in any kind of way, that's when things become problematic. That's when all holds barred, nothing is off limits to destroy someone. I noticed it was kind of strange that there was always a person, male, female, didn't matter, that he was obsessively smearing against, and it was always the same insults. They're on drugs. They did this. It's like a pattern. Like the same accusations will carry on from person he dislikes to the next, to the next, to the next.
I gotta be honest.
you
He kind of seems like he's off something. Is he on drugs? He seems like he is. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, so he is a big time stoner. That much I know. I know he's prescribed a few things for whatever he says he needs to get certain pills. I'm not trying to throw his family under the bus in any way because that's their business, but I don't believe he actually takes the pills that he's prescribed, to my knowledge.
Okay.
He was prescribed something when he was in the hospital recently, and he completely disagreed with the diagnosis. I also don't think they properly looked into it myself.
The one where he just went in? The one where he just went in?
Yeah.
How long was he even in there? Because like I saw the court thing. It seemed like he wasn't even there for that long. Like, what happened?
No, I want to say it couldn't have been more than 2 weeks, if that.
So
And
were you talking to him, or were you talking to him when he was in there?
Not really by choice. Like I would get caught off guard. He would block the number occasionally, and a lot of times I have to like just put my phone in airplane mode.
Okay.
You know, I was pretty, because like he won't stop calling, and changing my number doesn't seem to. I can't.
I mean,
he
he's
just
done
won't
some
stop.
like rotten things to you, though. I mean, like
Yeah.
what's the worst thing he's done to you? I mean, because I know he used his fan base at one point to attack you as well, right?
Well, I would say the worst thing is convincing hundreds of people to make reports to Child Protective Services, serve as a narrative in court hearings, and which have my current son pending.
Yeah, so it's actually really affected you, and like him doing that, like
There's no turning back from that. It's
and he still
completely
calls you,
unforgivable.
and he still calls you. Like what?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know what he thinks is going to happen, and I don't know how he thinks I'm just going to be okay with it and move on, and bygones are bygones. No, like almost an entire year of my child's life was taken from me and the child. And even worse, the last court date, a return date was supposed to be set, but because of the COVID lockdowns, that's all on hold. It doesn't matter that the court founded all the claims to be unfounded, and they really have no reason to keep him, and it's just kind of a financial thing why they're keeping him at this point. I don't mean an issue with my finances. Like the state literally gets money keeping him every month they have him. And that's a whole other conversation, but at the end of the day,
shitty though. I mean, like, how the fuck can you have the balls to be like, I'm still gonna call this girl even though I did that?
Well, and there was a leaked audio. I don't know who recorded it, but it was 3 people, an argument with him and Lauren, and then a third party guy. And he's basically threatening to ruin her life, to make sure her sister's taken away. And he's like bragging, like very proud of, well, you know what happened to Tracy's kid?
Wow.
That's going to happen to your sister.
Wow.
And the one thing is like, you know, he tries to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I changed. I'm like, no. I'm like, you've never, not that it would make any difference for me, because it really doesn't. But at the end of the day, it's the same behaviors, the same patterns, the same kind of smearing. Like, you know, you can disagree with someone, not want to be with someone. You can have beef with someone. You can be more relevant than someone. And that's like the biggest threat in the world to him. And how dare you challenge him or leave him, he will fucking destroy you. And he seems to target very young girls and single mothers for partners. And you
what's up with the Gucci's thing? Do you know anything about the Gucci's thing? Did you hook up with her? What was up with that?
From what I understand, he's hooked up with a lot of the CX IP2 girls. I don't really care, to be honest. I just hope that was consensual. I'm not trying to even go down that road.
I don't understand, though. He looks like a mess. Have you seen him today? Like, what the fuck is he doing? And he's like, oh, I'm fixing my life. I'm like, bro, you got fucking pink hair. Looks like you haven't showered in like a week. And you're missing one eyebrow and a pink eyebrow. What the fuck are you talking about fixing your life? Like, bro, come on. Like,
well, and the thing is, he burns bridges constantly. Like he doesn't, and he also, but at the same time, he isn't really see much consequences for his action. We know someone in his family bailed him out. Someone posted bail. So although it was probably his longest stint in jail ever, it doesn't seem to have affected him because we saw what happened when he went to grandma's. We saw what happened when he went to his dad's. If you are unable to give him what he needs right now, fuck you, you're the worst person, and I'm just going to drag you. I'm going to throw you under the bus. I'm going to humiliate you. And that's just his MO. And I guess the sheer extent of the terrorizing, they just, it seems like the family, and I'm not trying to talk shit on them, but it kind of seems like they just give up, give in, so he'll be quiet.
I mean, there's a reason why he is the way he is, though.
That kind of behavior.
Yeah, there's a reason he is because of them, obviously.
The spectrum, that's what I'm saying. The spectrum stuff, which is definitely there, has nothing to do with these very controlled, reactive, over the top, out of proportion, just really unforgivable acts.
Is he just doing it? Like, I know he was like ratting out his brother, saying there was drugs in the house. Like, oh, there's coke in the house. There's this. Like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Why would he do that?
Right.
Like, why would you do such a thing like that? Like, I don't know.
When I was explaining the whole splitting phenomenon or the splitting manipulation tactic, it is very common with borderline individuals to do that. The one funny thing about and I believe he's borderline. I don't have the credentials or criteria to officially diagnose him, but
from what you think,
I feel that's what's going on. So not only is that like a go-to power play, hold on, I lost my train of thought. Oh, it'll come back. It'll come back. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's just.
He does it because it works. It works because he's so relentless. You know how like when you're a kid in school, just ignore them if they're picking on you or whatever. They'll give up. Well, those kind of like old wives' tales that rules with them do not work with relentless people like himself. Like I even stopped streaming for quite some time. I had my channel shut down for quite some time. I've taken a lot of hits, obviously my child being the most detrimental and the most devastating.
So
I've tried to remove myself from the equation entirely, and that didn't stop the chaos. There were still people sent to my family's house when I didn't even live there, saying I was blowing drugs in my child's face. Like it just wouldn't stop. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He's really made like a pretty big mess of his life and everything like that. What's his status with like ICE right now? Are they even friends anymore or no? What's the status there? Do you even know?
To be honest, I don't know because, you can have the truth, you can have Justin's version, and then you can have the other person's version, and then maybe the truth is somewhere in between. Ice himself not necessarily being the most truthful and the most fair in his decision making. I'm not defending Justin in any way by saying this. I don't know what to think because like I can't believe Justin's version account of what goes down or what goes wrong. It's always someone did him wrong. When there's usually more to the story than that.
I don't know. I've been having some weird interactions with Isa. I reached out to him myself. I don't know. This is a weird one. I don't know. I'm just gonna say something about it. But I reached out to him because I saw somebody was trying to reach out to his manager. Like I guess he got like a new manager or something like that. And somebody was like, like posting under his thing from IP2 saying he was racist. And I was trying to cover it to ask him like, hey, like, what do you think about that? And he got all pissy that I was even thinking about covering it. And I'm like, I'm not going to cover it in a bad way. I'm not going to say a racist, but he still got upset about it. And he was just like, I don't know. He's like mad that I like was even talking to people in IP2. It was a weird situation. I don't know.
That is incredibly rich considering how, he'd be out and about and he would turn up the TTS when people were donating really racist stuff. Like he totally exploited and capitalized on racism. Like that is his entire fan base.
Yeah.
Like,
I just don't
like
get it. Like,
12-year-olds who think it's funny to drop
yeah.
the N-bomb.
No, it's true. It's true. It's just weird though because he knows that like I've been a member for like almost 2 years now, and he knows that, so he knows that I've been around. So it's weird that he came at me the way he did. Like he was like all upset, be like
Right.
oh, you're a fan, but you're talking like IP2, and I'm just like, I'm just trying to like get your point of view about what they're saying about you being racist. Like, do you have a comment? That's
Yeah.
literally it. You know what I mean? I don't know. It was a weird
Now-
situation.
Now, narcissism also has a lot of overlap criteria with people on the spectrum, with borderline. All of cluster B has narcissistic traits. Does not necessarily make someone a narcissist themselves. But one thing with narcissists, which ICE may be kind of dancing along those lines pathologically, is the fact that they don't want to be exposed. They have a facade, they have an image, they have what they believe they are, what they want the world to see. And if for any second you expose something otherwise that they don't like, they're not going to have it. Now, even though you were not outright accusing him, you wanted to give him an opportunity to speak otherwise and explain. Like he could have, I mean, whether it would be genuine or not, he could have taken the route, oh, well, you know what, I'm rebranding. I don't like the toxic element of my fan base, and I don't want to associate with that anymore.
It's
Like
weird.
he could have went the whole bullshit apology route.
You know what happened is he
could have done that.
Yeah, he kind of came at me like I was like on their side or something, and I'm like, bro, that's
Right.
not. I'm like, if I was, I wouldn't be giving you fucking money for a membership. I'm here trying to be like, yo, like these people are saying this. Do you have like something to say to it? And that's it. And I'm gonna try to make it look good. That's honestly what I was gonna do. So it's weird that he came at me like that.
Yeah. He may not be savvy enough to think on his feet and do damage control. And there's a lot of not so great fingers and accusations kind of being thrown his way at this time. I don't know. And it doesn't even matter how recently this occurred. The thing is, you were potentially exposing something of him that he just can't handle. It's like a meme, him trying to get a partner on Mixer or whatever, and it's never going to happen because of things like that.
Yeah, but the thing is,
that's
like,
not marketable.
But if he came out and spoke on it, it would be better for him, I think. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, absolutely. But maybe we're not narcissists like he is.
Yeah.
Potentially, possibly, allegedly.
The
thing with narcissists also is admitting that they're wrong is just one simply is not wrong, always right, always my way. You know, it's like that kind of mentality. So not only does he want to be exposed for something unsavory, imperfect, he doesn't want to admit wrongdoing. I mean, we have, like, even though we don't have to get into the whole Caroline mess, but he was pretty much called out. And I don't even feel that Caroline is necessarily obsessed with him watching every play-by-play. But by the same token, and I'm not comparing the relevance or the level of anything, I can relate because I'm not like watching Justin day in, day out. But if something crazy happens, best believe how many clips and DMs and texts I get about it.
Yeah.
So I find out. And if there's something just outrageous, inconsistent, like if I see him running some shit on another person that he tried to do to me, I may feel the need to speak up and say, hey, that's some bullshit. I'm calling you out. And I feel like that's kind of what happened with the whole Caroline thing.
Yeah.
And instead of him just, either not addressing it or fessing up, what does he do? Oh, she's been trying to get back with me for years, bruh. She's crazy, bruh.
Oh, God. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about that.
Completely deflecting. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
so I'm just saying, like, maybe they're kind of like two peas in a pod. In one way.
Pretty similar. I think a lot of people hang out pretty similar. Hey, so all right, I'm gonna end the stream, but like, do you wanna come on and do something? Like, I want to do like I was saying, like a small video, like within a week, within a couple days and stuff. Like, if I get some questions and stuff like that, can you come in like can you answer some of them?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, text me or whatever. You have my info.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
For sure. Thanks for having me, and anyone who's watching, thanks for being open-minded and stuff. And I'm not trying to drag anyone, not trying to fuel the drama. I just think that some behaviors shouldn't be like rewarded.
Yeah. Make sure you guys go check out Tracy and Briare. Go check her out. Check out her channel. But yeah.
Thank you.
All right. You have a good night. I'll talk to you later. I'll text you a little bit later.
You too, hon. Take care.
All right. Bye. All right. Awesome. Cool. All right. Yeah, so there's that. Anyways, yeah. All right. So, All right, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being on the second channel. Like, as I had to start streaming on here again. We have to start getting the numbers up back over here. It's been like what, like, it's been like, I don't know, 8 months, like 4 or 5 months since I've been on here. So I mean, the numbers are way down. So we gotta start streaming over here and start pumping videos out again. Anyways, what's up, Alexis? How you doing? What's up? Anyways, so all right, I'm gonna go. I appreciate all you. Hope you have a great night. And make sure you guys go join the fucking Reddit. You savages, go join the Reddit right now. All right. And yeah, like this stream up. And thank you. I will check you guys later. All right.